because your lonesome purpose.
Hello and welcome to the 7th episode of the F1 magazine ahead of the Monaco Grand Prix. Here's what's coming up in this episode: a review of the Spanish Grand Prix, some interesting answers from Fernando and Kimi, and a look back at testing in Spain. The fifth race of the season was once again a battle of Mercedes dominance, with Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg going at one another with everything they had. Hamilton would eventually win the race, his fourth of the season, following an intense battle for the lead which saw Rosberg finish just 6 tenths behind. The race could have been described as mundane had it not been for the last 15 or so laps. Not only did the Mercedes duo duel it out for top honours, but several other key battles played out in those closing laps. Daniel Ricciardo claimed his first podium finish of his career in 3rd, while Sebastian Vettel had to fend off Valtteri Bottas to gain 4th. Meanwhile, Fernando Alonso just pipped Kimi Räikkönen to 6th after a late overtake on the final lap. 7th for Kimi Räikkönen is his joint best finish of the season after Australia, where he also took 7th. Lotus this season took off in Spain as Romain Grosjean beat the Force Indias and McLarens to score the team's first points of 2014. The Frenchman finished 8th, several places ahead of his error-prone teammate Pastor Maldonado, who suffered yet another poor weekend. The race saw just 2 retirements in Jean-Eric Vergne and Kamui Kobayashi. Spain hosted the second 2-day in-season test of the year, which saw all 11 teams take part. Day 1 went to Marussia's Max Chilton, whose 126.434 put him top ahead of Lotus's 3rd driver Charles Pic. The day was mostly spent analysing upgrades brought to the first European race. Pastor Maldonado was quickest on the second day for Lotus, as Susie Wolff made her on-track debut for Williams. The Scottish driver was 5th quickest overall. Also making their debut was Stoffel van Dorn for McLaren. The young 22-year-old Belgian finished 9th quickest, but more importantly completed 136 laps, enough to secure his super licence. Meanwhile, Caterham pulled out of testing after Kamui Kobayashi's Day 1 crash, which meant they completed no running on the Wednesday. Mercedes trialled a new exhaust during testing in Spain, aimed at increasing the volume following fans' complaints that the 2014 cars are too quiet. The exhaust bore resemblance to a trumpet or megaphone and was run under the watchful eyes of the FIA and a team of sound engineers. Nico Rosberg wasn't a fan of the device and doesn't believe it worked, saying, "It didn't change anything," but he added that the team would try other solutions. Nico Rosberg will not be distracted by Lewis Hamilton's mind games, according to the latter's former teammate, Jenson Button. The McLaren driver insists Rosberg is too experienced to fall for such games, and it could backfire on Hamilton and make the German a stronger driver. Button also believes Mercedes will treat the pair equally, and must in order to keep the fans entertained this season. Daniel Ricciardo will remain at Red Bull in 2015, according to team principal Christian Horner. Horner is keen to keep both Sebastian Vettel and Ricciardo next year, and says the young Australian has impressed him enough to have earned another season with the team. 3-time champion Niki Lauda admitted disappointment that his name has been dropped from the corner of Turn 6 at the Red Bull Ring. The circuit in Austria, which used to be known as the A1 Ring before it was purchased by Red Bull, dedicated the corner to the Austrian racer after his 1984 victory. However, with the F1 circus visiting the track this year, the organisers have replaced the corner names, Lauda's and Gerhard Berger's, with sponsor names such as Pirelli and Worth. The inaugural Russian Grand Prix is still going ahead, despite the situation in the Ukraine. A shadow had been cast over the event, which is planned for October. At present though, the situation doesn't warrant cancellation of the race, but Todd hinted that a rethink would be required if this situation escalates further. Red Bull billionaire owner Dietrich Mateschitz has somewhat conceded defeat to the Mercedes after just 5 races. The Austrian recently said, "We probably cannot catch up the advantage that Mercedes has." He added that even if they did, by the time their RB10 was on a level, Mercedes would be too far ahead in the standings considering their already 113-point gap. 3-time world champion Sir Jack Brabham passed away on Monday, aged 88, following a long battle against liver disease. The Australian, who won the 1959 and 1960 titles with Cooper and the 1966 title with Brabham, remains the only man in history to have designed, built and raced a championship-winning car, the BT19. The F1 magazine and the F1 Times offers its deepest condolences to his wife, Margaret, and his family at this very sad time.
Turbo or natural inspirated engine?
Turbo.
Turbo.
Monza or Monte Carlo?
Monza.
Monte Carlo.
Dry or wet conditions?
Snow.
Asciutto.
Senna or Prost?
Senna.
Senna.
Driver's briefing or TV interview?
Driver's briefing.
Briefing piloti.
Running or cycling?
Cycling.
Bici.
Water or champagne?
Water.
Acqua.
Wine or beer?
Beer.
Nessuno dei due.
Pasta or steak?
Steak.
Pasta.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Caffè.
Actor or director?
Director.
Attore.
Goalkeeper or striker?
Striker.
Portiere.
Private jet or yacht?
Yacht.
Jet.
Mountain or seaside?
Mountains.
Montagna.
Music or video games?
Music.
Questo tutti e due.
Rock or hip hop?
Hip hop.
Rock.
Cat or dog?
Dog person.
Canne.
Disco or restaurant?
Restaurant.
Tutti e due.
Pub or sushi bar?
Pub.
Pub.
Jeans or formal attire?
Jeans.
Jeans.
Day or night?
Night.
Giorno.
Blondes or brunettes?
Brunettes.
Tutti e due.
We are in the Williams Martini Terrazza, which is a great place, very nice people around and really enjoying.
It's nice to be back in Europe and nice to be in Barcelona, always a cool place to come.
Looking forward that we can have a great weekend. It's a fantastic place to be. I love Barcelona, I love the people, I love the track. I had some good races here in the past, so really looking forward to have another one.
The circuit here in Barcelona is really nice to drive, definitely one of the best. Also, you know, the atmosphere, because there's so many spectators, the crowd is so big, you get a lot of support.
Well, working very hard with the team in the factory, you know, trying to preparing the new pieces, you know, in the car. But I hope it will work, and I hope we can see a better feelings, you know, with the car, with the new pieces and everything.
Martini is an iconic brand globally, but also in motorsport as well. It has a great history in motorsport, so we're delighted that we were able to announce a title partnership with them at the start of this year. It was really important for us as a team, and you know, you see what we now look like as a racing team in Williams Martini Racing. It's a fantastic partnership.
The feeling is really similar to what we feel in the race.
You feel the heart rate coming up, and it really reminds of the same kind of feelings you have in the car.
The feeling that you feel inside the car is something that you can feel also inside there, so I think people will really enjoy and having a lot of fun inside there.
Interlagos.
One of the most fantastic racetracks on the calendar.
Yeah, it just seems to be a crazy place. In combination with the fans, the weather, the fact that most of the time it's the last race of the season.
And always produces incredible races.
You can have many ups and downs in the same race. Best example, obviously, we had a crazy race in 2012. Yeah, the worst possible start, but a very sweet finish.
Very happy memories there, having won the World Championship.
It's just a place where everything is possible.
Jay?
Juniors.
Well, the junior program is a key part of Red Bull's development of young drivers. Daniel Ricciardo and Sebastian Vettel are both products of the junior team.
I was part of it right from the beginning. When Red Bull started with Red Bull Racing in Formula 1, obviously there was one big goal to look up to, and yeah, it's a fantastic story. Now I'm standing here, being able to talk about it, so obviously the junior team has proven very successful. With Daniel, obviously, you got another perfect example that the system works, and hopefully there's more drivers coming in the future, but I hope not too soon.
K.
Kinetic energy recovery system.
Which no longer exists in 2014. KERS has now become ERS. The energy recovery system, which now represents almost 25% of the engine's power.
You know what we're like, we just want to go faster, and that helps us, so I love it.
L, lights. So at the start of the race, we've got 5 lights. They come one after the other. And for the driver, it's a tough moment.
The intensity when we're on the grid and you see 1 light, 2, you know, all the way light up to 5.
There is a lot of adrenaline coming on. You have to do so many things on the steering wheel to get the car ready to start the race.
It's such a balance between control, obviously trying to, you know, get the reaction time going, and anger, I guess, you know, ready to attack the first corner as soon as they go out.
And when the light goes out, you just start.
Formula 1 heads back to Monaco for the most prestigious race on the calendar. One of the shortest laps, yet also the slowest, the street circuit twists its way around Monaco's narrow roads and passes its famous harbour.
Hey, what's up? I'm Lewis Hamilton, and today I'm at the Team Factory in the Top Secret Simulator. So today is all about testing for the setup, the fuel usage, the driving style, all those really technical things that we need on the race weekend. This is a lap of Monaco. Driving around Monaco, it's hair-raising. It's the most hardcore roller coaster you can really imagine. Braking for turn 1 is really hard, trying to find the braking point. There's some big bumps on the way in. All the way up the hill. It's really exciting, but you can't see the next corner. This place is just incredible. Always, as a kid, always dreamed of racing there, driving through that tunnel. I won in Formula 3, won in GP2, and then finally won in Formula 1 in 2008. This is my circuit, so I really hope it's a good one. Into Casino. It's very, very tight, trying to pinpoint all and remember where all the points are. Sometimes you can brush the barrier, and you come down to turn 5 really to find the braking point. Over 100 fuels have been developed by Petronas and tested by Mercedes-Benz since 2010. No wind, it's just you and the rubber and the barriers of the track. Into the tunnel, which is great. Flat out through the tunnel, you can't see where you're going really, you just kind of hoping you've positioned your car in the right place. In the chicane, very tight on the way in. Accelerating up into the back. Really hard to find the braking points, then almost flat out through the swimming pool. Nice touch again afterwards. Finding the braking point again for the last corner is really difficult. Very low grip here as well. Lots of power, no room for mistakes. Just wall. And that's a lap. So our work is done here at the factory. Now let's take it to the track.
Thanks for tuning in. If you've enjoyed the F1 magazine, please feel free to share our videos. And if you haven't already, check out our Senna special, which can be found on our YouTube channel.